What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what prompted it to go down as much as it did today, and what they might be planning. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Hologram did go down 20.4% today. Quite significant. A new 52-week low was created at 55 cents and change. It did recover fairly well during power hour right here, but 47.6 million shares being traded, 20.2 is the average. And I do feel honored. I got quite a lot of private messages about Hologram asking exactly like what the hell is happening. So I wanted to break it down. This is what's prompting this video. Today there was no news, regrettably. It would be nice if they did put out some news. Last news came out February the 7th, and that's obviously what kickstarted one of their squeezes, but it was more so linked to this that came out first thing. So there was a 6K as well as a prospectus. If you look at this prospectus, it kind of seems very eerily similar to this one, in fact, June the 20th. So when it comes down to it, they are different. Very exact same pricing and everything like that. But in essence, they're kind of just duplicate orders. And so if you look at it, this right here is the most recent one. So this is for 28 million in convertible promissory notes due 2025. And I've stated this in the past. I do see this as extremely toxic. And in the past, I've stated that this is going to be kind of the death of it. Some people don't necessarily like that and disagree with me on that, and that's completely fine. But when I do my videos, I like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So given the circumstances of the company and how much they're burning through, so I'll give you a quick overview of that. So starting off of their finances, and there's a reason why I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, so it'll make sense in a second, but based on their cash from operations, they're burning through around 800,000 every single quarter, which, yeah, it's a lot, but at the same time, it's not all that much. So in essence, based on this, so this is from June, so I'm going to signal the difference between the two because they are very, very eerily similar. So this one is June the 18th. That's when they entered into this convertible note. Both 28 million, both have the same discount value that is stated, and both have the same convertible rates, which obviously the lower the price, the more conversion of shares. So this is why I see it as very damaging, but I'm not going to talk about that for a second. This is where I do feel, especially based on how much they're burning through from operations, which is very minimal, they might have something planned. And I don't mean to spread any speculation on or anything like that, but for them to have and need this amount of money, so 28 million subtract, I think it was like 2.2 million in a discount, which, yeah, sometimes that happens. So you have around 25 million, for instance. And then with this recent one as well, so this one is dated July the 8th. Same goes 28 million. And this one has a discount. I'll try and find that quickly for you, but I believe it is that 2.2 million or something along those lines. It's this document's 83 pages, so I'll kind of find that in a second. But nonetheless, roughly 25 million a piece. So now they are sitting on 25 million. Yes, this is extremely damaging down the line. Both are due 2025. So it makes you feel that the company has something up their sleeve. So why would they be raising $50 million if they are going to be doing nothing? And they have virtually, like, looking right here, cash from operations, like, they're not burning through at anything. They don't have any operations for the most part. Even leading into this, they had sufficient amount of cash, so they had around 17.8 million, and that's as of December 2023. So logically, they didn't need all this. So this is why the kind of tinfoil hat in me thinks that there is going to be a merger or possibly a partnership or acquisition, something along those lines in the foreseeable future. No company needs this amount of money on hand. So yes, the market is acting correctly based on this information. So based on this new information, the discount and the potential ramifications of the convertible shares afterwards, the share price is going down accordingly. But one thing that the market is not pricing in is what the company plans on doing. And that's because it's kind of like Russian roulette. The company has been extremely silent. I've not seen any company squeeze as many times as this company has in the last little bit, but despite putting no news out, or very little news. So this company is a very, very unique circumstance, and I wouldn't really count it down and out just yet. Even today, it shows 235,000 shares were increased, 191.35% of the free float's being shorted. That's what it shows there. Of course, Ortex does really mess that up, and based on their last prospectus, that really changed that. So in this prospectus, I think it showed that it had 81 million, and so that does really put the true short interest around about 7-8%. I think that's what I previously calculated. So obviously take that with a grain of salt. Utilization 88.81, and then short score 75.96. So with it being at possibly like 8% short interest, this one might not be the biggest squeeze play as what a lot of people did previously think. But once again, why do they need roughly what they have on hand? So around 17 plus the 50 that you have now, subtract I think 2 quarters that they haven't filed yet. So subtract 2. So you have probably around like $70 something million on hand that you can do something with, and you can do a lot of buying with $70 million. So once again, not here to say that this prospectus is good, because I do see this as very, very damaging. But if they actually do something good with their money and somehow beneficial, then it might be able to offset the damage by these kind of unnecessary promissory notes. So let me know your thoughts on that. So again, I just wanted to break it down, go over exactly why it did go down in the stock price today, and ultimately just what the company might have up their sleeve. So let me know your thoughts on Hologram. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with Hologram? And do you think potentially there is going to be a kind of a deal on hand? The only thing that, in my opinion, I always like to play devil's advocate. I'm sure you guys get that vibe by now, but when I was reading through this, it kind of refers to the Cayman Islands quite a lot. And actually, even it does show, I think it has a chart of the company and how it's all laid out. And it does get routed through the Cayman Islands right here. So I wasn't really a fan of that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, even the most unbusiness savvy individuals, know how gray the Cayman Islands are. So I don't know, is this the big deal? Is this where they're going to be funneling money, or are they actually going to be doing something good with their money? Potentially funneling it maybe through one of these entities. Again, there's a lot of different things. Or are they going to build, for instance, a new subsidiary, get into EVs? I'm not really sure. There's a lot of possibilities that one can do with 70+ million. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts on Hologram. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.